Good evening, dear listeners. Tonight we're cranking the dial to maximum because the universe is whispering secrets to us that are louder than a thunderclap. Imagine this: a glowing something racing through our solar system, bigger than anything we've ever seen, and it might not be a harmless ice chunk, but a ship from a distant galaxy. We're talking about 3I/Atlas, the third known interstellar visitor, which has been driving scientists mad since its discovery in January 2025. Is it a comet or the key to contact? Buckle up, we're diving into the depths of space. Let's rewind to the beginnings of this celestial drama. 3I/Atlas, officially classified as C/2023 A3, was first spotted by the Atlas telescope in Chile and the Chinese Purple Mountain Observatory in Nanjing, a duo that sounds straight out of a sci-fi movie. Originally dismissed as an unremarkable in the sky, it quickly revealed itself as a giant, up to 20 kilometers in diameter, weighing more than 33 billion tons, and with an orbit so precise it looks like it was engineered. It came from the direction of the constellation Ophiuchus, skimmed past Venus by a hair's breadth, grazed Jupiter, and hold on tight, past Mars at just 170 million kilometers away. No collision, but close enough to make the Mars rovers tremble. The ESA's ExoMars Trace Gas Orbiter and NASA's Perseverance snapped the first close-up photos. A halo-like glow surrounds it, not a typical comet tail, but a strange luminescence that Harvard astronomer Avi Loeb describes as self-emitted light, unusual for a natural object. Loeb, the man who already declared Oumuamua an alien probe, warns its acceleration can't be explained by conventional causes, and it's approaching Earth closer than expected. In his paper from July 2025, he speculates openly a 30% probability that it's artificial, a scout ship, perhaps with hostile intent, based on the dark forest hypothesis, where civilizations hide in the cosmos to avoid being devoured. But wait, dear listeners, it gets even wilder. Let's fast forward a bit and hear what the media is buzzing about. Since the perihelion on October 29, 2025, when Atlas came closest to the Sun and vanished for weeks, sources are reporting unusual signals. Chilean scientists at the Very Large Telescope picked up Morse-like pulses, which an AI algorithm cracked. We're on our way. We've been watching you. Don't be afraid, we're going to be there soon. Terrifying and fascinating all at once. Are they already in contact with global elites? According to X posts and YouTube channels like Stranger Than Fiction News, the object is already communicating with leaders, a probe with hostile intent that's in touch with NASA and even CERN. Sun? Yes, rumors from Geneva speak of quantum fluctuations that correlate with the signals, as if Atlas is pumping data that makes our particle accelerators vibrate. NASA, of course, denies it. No aliens, just a comet with a coma and tail, as in their statement from September 11, 2025. But why then the blackouts during the ISIN mission in 2014 when a comet grazed Mars? Coincidence? Or cover-up? And now the twist that gives me goosebumps: the Mars flyby. On October 8, 2025, 3I/Atlas zoomed past the red planet, and images from Mars Express show not only the object, but traces of life. NASA's Perseverance rover seemingly photographed a streak of light in the Martian sky, and speculation is exploding. Could Atlas be dropping spores or nanobots that awaken dormant microbes on Mars? Astrobiologists are whispering about panspermia 2.0, the ancient concept that comets seed life. In a YouTube video from September 30, 2025, an ESA scientist warns, the sun awakens it to life, gas and dust stream out, but what if that dust carries life? Imagine the flyby as a cosmic spark that makes Mars breathe, just like in the legends of America's indigenous peoples. The prophecies. The Hopi Indians, guardians of the sky for over 1,000 years, speak of the blue star Kachina, a blue star that appears as the ninth and final sign before the Great Purification, an apocalyptic turning point. Is 3i/Atlas this harbinger? In videos like The Red Kachina Returns on YouTube, it's linked to the Red Kachina, a warrior who reveals the truth. The Navajo, neighbors of the Hopi, weave similar threads. They're legends of this star people, the Anasazi, who came from the sky and vanished into caves like the Mittens at Monument Valley. An ex-post from Death Valley describes Atlas as God's hands glowing over the desert sand, and children, star children, report telepathic contact. These stories, passed down in oral traditions and modern records, fit perfectly. Star folk returning to test the Earth. It's not just bubbling in the West. Let's go global. In China, where the Purple Mountain Observatory co-discovered Atlas, videos are circulating on Douyin and Tushio about alien ships sending signals, similar to Oumuamua. A Reddit thread translates, Loeb's theory meets ancient myths, and the comet is seen as the messenger of the Fermi life form. In Japanese, YouTube is exploding with posts titled NASA. Artificial Object? Approach on January 15, 2026. Connections to the 1977 WOW signal, cracked 48 years later. TikTok reels from Tokyo speculate about UFO signals that correlate with Schumann resonance spikes, Earth's magnetic field vibrations that have been exploding since Atlas's arrival. Some sources on different social media says, CERN and Swiss open a portal for 3i Atlas extraterrestrial communications. Everything is going stranger with 3i Atlas and SWAN. Galactic Federations is on the way. Well-known and respected remote viewer Sebastian Martin speaks in an interview on what he saw while remote viewing 3i Atlas, the interstellar object heading towards our solar system. 3i Atlas. A lot of people are talking about it right now. Hot topic, right? So I first remote viewed the objects and I basically determined that it's more of a spaceship, more of a mothership. Okay. I'm not the only one who came up with this idea. I've already shared it with other people I know, and many other remote viewers have also said, yes, I can confirm what you said. And then recently, I was in contact with a scientist. So I spoke to an astrophysicist who worked at CERN, and she told me about her experiences there, and I was quite amazed by the content. So she was indirectly introduced to me by a person from the intelligence world, and she felt compelled to talk about it. She worked more as a consultant for CERN. Okay. And as a young person, she was both shocked and excited by what she saw and heard. And the content of it was that at CERN, they used their collider to open a portal to communicate with extraterrestrial beings.
Wow.
And one of them is the occupants of 3 Atlas. So, you remotely viewed 3 Atlas. Did you do that on your own initiative, or were you assigned to do it? No. I was assigned to investigate the object by the same intelligence agents I work with, because there were obviously concerns. But what I saw as a remote viewer was a mothership with occupants on board, and they were mainly draconian reptilian occupants. Okay, that's what I saw as a remote viewer, and it was confirmed by other remote viewers who saw the same thing. One of them is John Vivino, who is also a well-known remote viewer, and he has announced it publicly, as have other people from the STAR program. When I was asked to talk to this astrophysicist, I was kind of surprised because I didn't have any direct contacts at CERN. And then suddenly I'm talking to this woman, and she tells me that the portal that was open to talk to these beings already existed, almost like in a conference room setting. So they appear, and then they interact with the scientists and communicate directly with them. Okay.
Wait.
So, I know that some of our audience understands what you're saying, but just to clarify, CERN already has a room and technology to open a portal and talk to extraterrestrials.
Yes.
But recently, they also used it to communicate with the beings on 3 Atlas. That's right. The latest update as of October 11th, 2025, Atlas is racing straight toward us. Its perihelion is still 19 days away, and it's approaching the Sun at just 1.4 astronomical units, closer than ever expected, with an orbit that statistical models deem impossible. No one knows what it really is. No new images from NASA, ESA, or China, despite the recent Mars flyby. Just silence that screams louder than any alarm. Anomalies are piling up. Extremely high CO2 to water ratio, 8 to 1. Nickel without iron, unusual negative polarization, a mass 1,000 to 10,000 times higher than expected, and an age of 7 to 14 billion years. Avi Loeb now estimates a 40% chance of alien technology, and a Bayesian analysis from Harvard and I4's gives artificial origin a 10 superscript twofold higher probability. Michio Kaku demands urgent international attention, while SETI papers just shrug helplessly. It doesn't behave like a comet. On X, it's raging. It looks like a UFO, and no one's showing pictures. Posts at Angry Astronaut, and at My Lord Bebo warns of a probe with hostile intent. Between November and December, it could graze Venus, or initiate maneuvers that change us all. Dear listeners, whether comet or cosmic ruler, 3i/Atlas has shaken us awake. Look to the west tonight, after sunset. Maybe it'll wink back. Tune in again soon, and remember, in the universe, nothing is what it seems. Good night, and keep an eye on the stars.